Welcome back. Today we're talking about a 19-year-old Irish Finnish striker standing 6'5", who's currently plying his trade in the fifth tier of Italian football with Moro Paganica. From a coastal town in Finland to hopefully scoring braces in Italy very soon, his path has taken him across 4 continents and he's just getting started. In this episode, we take a look at the history to date of Isak Lynch. Enjoy. Born on the 20th of October 2005 in the small town of Inga, Finland, a community of just around 5,000 people located an hour west of Helsinki, Isak grew up in a multicultural household with a Finnish mother and a father from Limerick in Ireland. His parents had relocated from Dublin to Finland shortly before his birth. Football entered the picture early. He began playing at the age of 4 with local side Inga IF, where he stayed until the age of 12, when a move to the more prominent Ekenas IF academy followed after his talent had caught the eye of scouts of the then top-flight Finnish club. At Ekenas IF, Isak developed all the way through the youth ranks from the under-12s to the men's reserve team. In February 2022 to June 2022, him and his family moved to South Africa due to work commitments of his parents, and while there, joined the youth setup of South African then second tier side Highland Parks, a historically significant club in South African football. At Highlands Park, he scored a lot of goals and impressed, but he didn't just impress there, he also impressed further afield and attracted the attention of a US based scholarship agency. Upon returning, he went on a trial to Boston with that agency, performing in camps and showcases at institutes like Harvard, UMass, Stonehill College and Bentley University. During one of those camps, he was scouted by a more established agency and officially signed with them in October 22, a move that would eventually lead to his transition to US college soccer. Back to the current timeline, however, on his return from South Africa in June 2022 to Ekenas, he debuted for their reserve team, who played in senior men's football in the Finnish fourth tier, and he made his debut with them in the pro game on the 12th of June 2022, again only shortly after his return from South Africa and also at the very young age of only 15. He went on to represent the reserve team in the fourth tier 33 times, 5 goals and 2 assists in all competitions. On the 1st of August 2024, at 18 years of age now at this stage, Isak took up that US college route option and moved to Kansas to join Fort Hays State University. He started brightly, playing in friendlies and appearing in several league matches. Unfortunately though, which is part of the game, an untimely injury just after his debut league game disrupted his momentum. Being on the sidelines can always be tough, especially at a young age. Just after moving to the other side of the world, you're away from your family, and also whilst being injury, the downtime can lead to reflection, and he made the decision that he wasn't going to put his pro career on hold, and best was to get back to his career path, i.e. going into the pro game now as opposed to later. If he had stayed in America, you're basically putting it on hold for 3 to 4 years. A tough decision, I'm sure, and he did have age on his side to do the US route and still come out the other side of it, so he would have been 21, 22 and still time to start in the pro game, but probably the right decision if you ask me, as your football career is a time limit, of course, and if education is a dual goal you have, you can get back to that at the latter stages or after your career ends and still have a long career outside of football in whatever chosen profession, i.e. you finish football, if you're lucky, 33, 34 years, and then you have another 40 years, 30 years, 40 years of a career outside of football. But again, if you're lucky, your pro career will be circa 15 years, and to miss out 4 years at the early stages, albeit as well you're still in the US college route, which could lead to the MLS draft, you're still missing out on 4 years. Your peers are in the pro game, so again, a tough decision. You'd be maybe a little bit behind your peers of the same age that just stuck to the pro game, in this case Europe. But I can understand arguments for both sides, either going the college route or again if you do it young enough. Anyways, ultimately decided to return to Europe. In January 2025, the now 19-year-old joined Regional United in Limerick, a top amateur side in Ireland to those outside of Ireland. Yes, amateur football, but there is only 2 divisions in Ireland at present. There is a 3rd division coming next year, of course. And teams of Regional United's level will be in the mix for the 3rd tier. Maybe not regional themselves, I don't know, because I think it's going to be spread around the country more. And of course, they do have Treaty United down there already. The reason again for the move to regional was it's where his dad is from originally, Limerick. So geographically it made sense, and he has a family ties and support back there. The decision paid off in what Isak describes as his best season to date. He scored 11 competitive goals, registering 2 assists in just 14 appearances. He helped the team secure the Utd Cup, netting a brace in the final, a strong 3rd place in the league. Regional also finished runners-up in the Lawson Cup, falling only to quadruple winners Fairview. He then pushed himself again, which is becoming a team, and shows his determination and hard work at play here. He had trials for 5 teams this summer just gone of 2025. Yes, we do have a summer in Ireland sometimes, and this year was good, but unfortunately it is gone. 3 of those teams were in Poland, 1 in Norway, 1 in Belgium, but ultimately he chose Italy as his next destination. And on the 20th of August 2025, Isak signed a 1-year deal with Moro Paganica in the Italian 5th tier, with the contract run until the 30th of June 2026 next year. His debut couldn't have gone better, scoring 2 goals and securing the win against Serie D reserve side L'Aquila Calcio in a pre-season friendly. The match even featured a face-off with fellow Irishman Ryan Fagan. Unfortunately, injury sustained in that game sidelined him temporarily, but he recently returned to full training and is expected to feature heavily going forward. He actually played 20 minutes there recently and had an assist and had a goal ruled offside, I believe, so he is back, not far off. His current manager as well, has publicly spoken highly of him, and he is seen internally as the club's first choice, hopefully on his return for the season. Looking ahead, Isak hopes to move up to Serie D, whether that's with his current team or someone else, an equivalent European level or above as soon as possible. However, his trajectory may be briefly interrupted by Finland's mandatory military service, which is applicable in his case next year, but he still may be able to just play back in Finland perhaps, or defer it to the off-season maybe. I'm not sure about the details there. Long term, he's open to returning to Ireland, Finland, or as shown anywhere where he can play at the highest level, and has clear ambitions of playing at the top. And who's to say he won't get there? With the type of mind frame and hard work ethic, the sky really is the limit to where he can ultimately go in his pro career. Internationally, it's a straight shootout.
Shootout, right? It's a fucking shootout!
Between Finland and Ireland, if and when the time comes. It's been a journey shaped by bold decisions, adaptability and persistence so far, and if recent form is anything to go by, there's big things to come from the 6'5" giant forward, who is definitely one of your classic target men, though he is also comfortable on the wings and in a more creative number 10 role. A bright future awaits. If you liked the video, send us a like, subscribe, or leave us a comment. We'd love to hear from you. Or buy us a coffee at the link in the description. And as always, we'll be watching.